Hello and welcome to Quarantine Conversations. I'm your host, Megan, and today we are going to be talking about relationships. One of our viewers sent in a question asking, how can I create authentic student-teacher relationships in the classroom? Sounds like this new teacher is having a rough go of it, but don't you worry, we've all been there. As we have previously discussed on Quarantine Conversations, relationships with our students is absolutely vital to a safe, successful, and rewarding classroom environment for everyone involved. Having positive relationships with our students helps to reach more of them with engaging work tailored specifically to their interests, while meeting them where they're at in their learning and level of understanding, especially for those who are our exceptional learners. It also helps students to feel safe when taking intellectual risks in our classrooms, which we ask them to do every day. And overall, it helps them to just feel more comfortable to be in your classroom, willing to participate and learn during your carefully designed lessons. So how can we create authentic relationships in the classroom? Let's start by talking to those professionals who have written on the subject. Today, I am joined by an Albertan author of Kids These Days, a game plan for reconnecting with those we teach, lead, and love, Jody Carrington, and Kent Peckle, author of Moving Beyond Relationships Matter. So Jody, how do we create relationships in the classroom?
Well, it really is all about connection before direction, and connecting is the hardest thing to do. Sometimes you have to feign interest for a little bit before you will find something in common, something to grow a relationship upon. But keep on trying to learn what they care about in order to make that connection for co-regulation and then successful teaching and learning.
Really good points on that, Jody. Kent, what's your take on it?
I find that practical supports within schools for fostering the creation of relationships are few and far between. Regular professional development really is needed for teachers to expand their repertoire in developing relationships. The 5 elements that I believe are integral to creating relationships are expressing care, challenging growth, providing support for the students, sharing power between you and them, and expanding their possibilities. And these can be done in any multitude of ways depending on your own personal strengths in the classroom.
I absolutely agree. Thank you so much, Kent and Jody, for joining me today on Quarantine Conversations. Next, I want to share one last bit of scholarly advice with you. I have also written on the importance of creating relationships in the classroom. I indicate that a teacher should have a calm, level-headed personality, show interest in the students, be honest, and communicate openly. But really, how does all of this translate into actions? The following recreations show some of the ways I facilitated the creation of relationships in my classroom. Attendance questions is a great way to learn tidbits of information about your students every day, like their favorite movie or book character. They also get to learn it about you. This is often a good conversation starter, particularly if students find out that a few of their classmates or even their teacher like the same things they do. But remember, you need to act upon the information you learn from this and follow up with your students in a casual conversation. Whether you already know how or a student teaches you, sitting down and playing a game, academic or otherwise, can be a great way to get to know your students and start that relationship. This way, it is based more on both of you having fun together. If they win, all the better. You have an opening to play again. Getting students out of the classroom and into nature will show you a different side to those who feel cooped up in a classroom. Let the students have glimpses into your world, what you find joy in outside of the classroom. This way, you become a 3-dimensional person that has interests outside of school, like my cat Neville, and traveling through time and space. Reading the same leisure book as your students can help build relationships through discussion of favorite characters, narrative flaws, dated morals in a modern age, and does marriage guarantee happiness? I had a few things in the works prior to the end of practicum that didn't quite get to happen, like attending a band competition that was to take place in April that a few of the students had invited me to, or cooking with a few students in order to create something delicious together and get to know those who are a little bit harder to reach than others, and attending recess sporting events. These were just a few of the ways that I was able to create relationships in my classroom. By no means was this an exhaustive list, merely a highlight reel of my more successful strategies. It's important to remember that what worked for me may not be feasible for you or your classroom. Play to your strengths. Love music? Include that. Love to create unique art pieces? Bring it into the classroom and have your students create something too. Just keep trying to make those relationships, never giving up. So I hope that at least begins to answer the question of how to create authentic student-teacher relationships. Good luck to those beginning teachers. You'll do great. And I will see you all next time on Quarantine Conversations. Toodles!